this conference. Just before I make some closing remarks, two bits of news that we wanted to update you on. One, we mentioned in the moving of E1 that we would announce a date for the demonstration. We've looked at the dates in May, and we've had a bit of a problem in fitting it in because of the timetable leading between now and when the Ofcom board actually meets. So Ofcom meets once a month. So what we're going to do is go for the 16th of June instead, and you'll be hearing details about that, and that is when the Ofcom board are actually sitting on that day, and we'll be doing some work in advance of that so that we can build up a campaign towards the demonstration. We'll get an LTV out on the details of that soon. The second bit of news is, some of you may have seen this, breaking news as such this afternoon, positive news, it appears, although with some caution, and it's related to what we were just talking about, competition. It appears that on BBC News there's a story that Royal Mail's shares have gone very high in the last few hours as a result of TNT Postal, the Dutch Post Office, saying that they're pulling out of their expansion plans for Whistle. I must have been listening to this conference this week. But there is a word of caution on that because it's about the financial backers, and I'm sure they'll be looking elsewhere, but it is very positive news for us at this moment in time. Conference, the General Secretary election was a difficult but important period for everybody connected with our union. And there is always a price to pay for democracy, but if we believe in democracy, then we have to live and stand by democracy. It was a hard-fought election, you know that, and I was really pleased that this conference showed its appreciation for the outgoing General Secretary, Billy Hayes. I had my differences with Billy over the election and the future direction of the union, but I respected, and I thought it was great that you gave Billy a standing ovation for the work and the contribution that he's made to our union, so I thank you for that. The result means that as your new General Secretary, this will be my last postal conference as Deputy General Secretary. And I want to say a few things about the past 12 years, and I also want to talk a little bit about the future. I think I can say, and you can say, as you've been along on that same journey, that in the past 12 years, when they come to record the history of our union, it will probably go down as one of the most difficult periods that we've ever had to encounter. There's been some really big and major agreements that we've had to go out to our members and ask our members to support. And of course, there's been, I think it's 6 major national disputes where we've tested our members, and every point along the way, our members have responded in full support of this union. And what sometimes gets forgotten, back in 2003, just after I got elected, there was actually the biggest unofficial dispute in the last 30 years in the UK. And that time was difficult, where there was lots of people trying to finish this union off for good, and they failed once again. So I can honestly say that whilst it's been a privilege to lead the postal side of the union during these difficult times, I can only do that with your support. And I want to thank the branches, the representatives in here today, and who are not here today and have been part of that journey, for all the support you've given me personally during that period. I want to thank the national officers who I've worked with through that period, the chair, the vice chair, EC, the staff within the postal department, headquarters, and also the staff that work closely to me. All of you have done a tremendous job for this union. And I believe I can say that under that time of my leadership, with your support, this union has become united in the postal constituency, and I can definitely say we've never, ever, and never will be defeated. If I look to the future, your next job is to elect a new Deputy General Secretary Postal. Sometimes people will make an argument that it's perhaps not the right time for elections and there's another election after that. But I actually think that elections are a crucial part of our union, and they give us a chance to rejuvenate, they give a chance for progression within our own ranks. And I think that's absolutely crucial, and without that, let's be honest, the union will die. And I've got faith in our union. I always had faith in the union. When people were saying, not sure whether to back Dave for that, who's going to replace Dave, well, I've got faith in the union. You must always have faith in the union. I've got faith in the ability of each and every one of our officers to do that role. I've got faith in the ability of our members on the Postal Executive, and I've got faith in the ability of people out there. And whoever you decide to elect in that role, I've got faith that you will give them the same level of support and encouragement that you've given me during this period. As General Secretary, moving forward, I stood on a ticket that I don't want the role to be a figurehead, and I intend to deliver on that. So let me assure you today that I'm not walking away from the postal constituency. I'm taking on the fight of postal workers and now telecom workers and financial services workers into the wider political and labour movement. And I'm genuinely excited about the prospect, perhaps for the first time, a job in the union. All the other jobs I've had, you're often having to respond to what employers do and certain things that happen. I've got a chance now to start looking at real serious strategy after a lot of years doing a certain job, taking that experience and developing strategies for this union. And they're going to focus, as I said in my election address, on creating the future for this organisation. And what's uppermost in my mind, and I've been giving a lot of thought to this, is to be serious about making this union be the leading union in the UK that starts to change the balance of forces in the world of work, that starts to connect political and industrial issues in a way that changes the balance of forces in wider society. And they are going to be my priorities going forward. So my job now is to lead the whole of the CWU. And I'm confident in my ability to do that. The reason that I'm confident in my ability to do that is because when I look out at you today, I know that I've got the best army of trade union representatives anywhere in the UK alongside me. That's what gives me that confidence. This is a new era for our union. There are new struggles ahead. And I know that we're ready to face the future in the same way that we've dealt with the past. Always, always fighting to protect the interests of CW members. Thank you, Conference.